In this episode, Megan asks, what is a good Google Ads budget? Is $1,000 a month too low for good results? It depends. There's so much that goes into Google Ads that in terms of budget and quality and ad appearance and stuff, that there's no obvious answer to that question. Now, let's talk about some basics. For sure, you do have to spend more than like $1, right? There are breakpoints in Google Ads, or there seem to be, where over certain budget amounts tend to get better results. You know, like $100 a day, $1,000 a day, $5,000 a day, $20,000 a day. And particularly for the way Google Ads work now with a lot of machine learning, the more budget you put in, particularly upfront and fast, the faster the algorithm can tune to the results and the target objectives you've set. So there certainly is something to be said for front-loading your budget a little bit so that you can tune the AI faster. But the big things that determine budget for Google Ads is, one, how much competition are you facing, right? If you're advertising something that is high volume in searches but low competition, which is a unicorn, they're very rare, you don't have to spend a ton of money. You will get good results from, $100, $200, $300 a day. If you are, on the other hand, competing with, Walmart or Amazon on something, you're going to have to spend more, going up against the heavy hitters. The amount of available inventory matters. If you are in B2C marketing right now, it is November of 2022 as I record this. Your Google Ads budget has to be much bigger right now. From now until December 27th, 28th, you're going to be spending. Even if you're not putting up more ads, just by virtue of the fact there's so much more demand for ad inventory right now because everyone's trying to sell for the holidays, your budget's going to go up. Guess what? January 3, for if you sell toys, that's going to be a pretty easy time to run ads because the holidays are over at that point. By the way, the holidays are over. People's spending of gift cards isn't. Just keep that in mind. So competition certainly matters. The targeting that you're using matters a whole bunch, right? The more refined your targeting, the more specific you are within reason, the less you have to spend because you're not trying to reach everybody. You're trying to reach a specific group of people. Now, there are definitely some audiences in Google Ads where it will say, yeah, this is too small to target. We can't target just these 50 people. You have to be a bit more broad than that. But that can influence your budget substantially. And finally, things like quality score matter a whole bunch in Google Ads. Quality score is the relationship between the search terms that people are looking for, particularly for Google search ads, the ad copy and content itself, and the landing page where people are being sent. The more aligned those things are, the higher your quality score tends to be. The better quality your landing page is, the more mobile friendly it is, again, the better quality score tends to be. And that means that in the ad auctions behind the scenes, Google Ads will say, well, it's not just who's bidding the most, but it's also who's going to be the most satisfied by the result. And so Google's internal ad bidding algorithm looks at quality score as a function of, where do we send the clicks? How do we show ads in order? Two ads that are bidding on the same thing, but one has a much higher quality score than the other, may not spend as much on budget. Like, they may win the auction at a lower cost because Google's algorithm says the user is more likely to go to the site and be satisfied by the experience, and therefore the company will get the business and is more likely to continue spending money on Google Ads. So there really is no good answer to this other than there are minimums. What I would recommend is start with as specific an audience as you can manage. Put a lot of time into the landing page, put a lot of time into the ad copy and the ad creative, and then start spending some and see what kind of results you get. And do a little bit testing and stuff in the beginning. The more you can spend up front, ideally, in the first 3 to 4 weeks, to get particularly if you're using the newer bidding strategies, the faster those will tune and in the machine learning model and start delivering better results. And then you can throttle your budget up or down from there. But give yourself, again, it depends. If you're spending $1,000 a month, you're probably going to be tuning your ads in about 30 days, give or take. Right? You're spending like $100,000 a month, those ads are gonna tune within a couple of days, because you're just sending that much traffic through the system, and the machine learning model can tune that much faster. So the more you spend, particularly up front, the faster your ads tune, because you're just gonna send more traffic to them. So yeah, there's no good answer. It's like, how much should I eat? And I don't know, it depends on your health and how hungry you are and what's available, and and things like that. So it's a tough question to answer, but thanks for asking. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.